collecting is part of my DNA. I started to collect at the beginning of the 90s, exactly in 92. And was so important in 1992 to come to London and to start to visit some artist studios. I still remember visiting Anish Kapoor studio, Julian Hoppy's studio, was so fantastic. I will never forget. And I have to say that was in that moment that I say, I want to start collecting contemporary art. And for me, good art is art that in the future is able also to explain the past, to tell a story of the past. And art for me have to be precise, have to be synchronized with the moment in which we live. And so I like really art, maybe conceptual, minimal, but full of content, art that talk about social, political events. This is what I'm trying to find. I don't think that a collection has to be kept in storage. I think that a collection has to be open. Everybody can share and see works. In 1995, I decided to establish the Fondazione Sandretto Rebaudengo to share my collection, because, as I said, for me it's always been important to share the collection. And we have two spaces, two venues. One is in the country, outside Torino, and then the other space is the space in Torino. In Torino we opened the Fondazione in 2002. Is a new space. The architect is Claudio Silvestrin, an Italian architect that lives and works in London. It's not only to show their work in our space, but also to commission new work. But at the same time, the second important aim is educational. And I really said, if I can have my foundation, it will be so important for me to give the opportunity to everybody to understand, to be closer to contemporary art. If I think in my collection and work in my collection, first of all, as I said, it's important that this work talk about the moment in which we live, the present, have to talk about urgent topics, have to be in tune with the present, with the moment in which we live. The work that we will show in Sheffield are work that respond to this question. And I want to start to talk, for example, of Jack and Dina Chapman. Wow, it's quite a particular work. It's a work in which it's a sculpture, it's a particular sculpture. It talks about San Sebastian, and it's a work in which you can see the history of painting, obviously, but at the same time there is also the recent collective fears about genetic experimentation, about clonation. So in one work there are so many important themes. As in another work, I want to talk of Maurizio Katella. Maurizio Katella is an Italian artist, well known. I follow, then I collect him from the start. And in this case, I think that the choice for the exhibition in Sheffield is really perfect, because it's called Christmas Star. It's Christmas 95, but inside the star there is the symbol of the Red Brigade. The Red Brigade have been a very active terrorist group in Italy in the 70s. So in this work there is terror, violence, but also a Christian sign. So a very important and strong work from my collection. From the beginning, I wanted the collection to travel. The Fondazione is not the house of the collection. The Fondazione is a place in which artists come and work. And so I think that the collection is better to travel. And every time that works leave my home, my foundation, I'm a little bit sad. Obviously, it's a part of my life, my collection, but when I see the work well installed in museum, in foundation, in privacy, I'm so happy, and I think this is what my collection has to do. The benefit of sharing my collection is, first of all, to give the opportunity to everybody to see work, but at the same time it's also for me a great occasion to see my collection in different contexts. And then I've been lucky, I could collect, and so I really think that I have to give back, to return what I had, giving the opportunity to people, to everybody, to see art. And my foundation for me is the tool, is the way to do that. When I see children participate to our educational activity, when I see during the evening family, adults that come, that participate to our workshop, I'm really happy. I'm so excited about the project in Sheffield to show the collection in a place so full of meaning, so full of, in so an evocative space like a cathedral. I think that the relation between public space and private museum collector is very important and very strong. And in particular, when I think collector, I think that our role is quite important because we support, we buy the work of the artist at the beginning of their career, and so we are important for the artist and for the gallery. At the same time, I think that the role of the collector is to follow, when we talk about contemporary art, we follow the artist really at the beginning of their career, in a moment in which maybe many museum, public institutions cannot follow them. And so I think that our role, yes, it's important for the system, but it's important because we take sometimes some risk to buy artists at the beginning, very young, we don't know exactly what will be the future of this artist. And this is what we have to do. We have to follow them at the beginning in order to give later the opportunity to museum to buy them and to start to have them in their collection.